Okay, viewers, either I'm going crazy or this is the third part 54 that I recorded, and I'm very worried that I might be right. Oh, God, because I just looked at my part numbers, and I swear I've already done a part 54. And if I'm wrong, and everything's okay, then it's all good because you'll get those parts. But if you don't get those parts with live commentary, you'll know what happened. Anyway, I just came in here temporary to just, give me a chance on it. But I wanted to try something before we move.
Snake, pick up one of the item boxes on the floor. One of them contains a loaded revolver. My bet's on you, Snake. Pick up the gun. Snake, pick up one of the item boxes on the floor. One of them contains a loaded revolver. My bet's on you, Snake. Pick up the gun.
Snake, pick up the gun already. Trust your instincts.
It's too late to back out now, Snake. Pick up the gun.
Damn.
Pick one up already.
I'm just gonna grab the left one. Oh, it wouldn't even let me do tricks with it. But what, his empties too? Or did the bullet not shoot?
Looks like your luck has beat mine again. But why didn't you pull the trigger?
Oh. He won't let me pull the trigger.
Ah, well. Till we meet again, John.
Got a smile at him and everything. Ow! Makes me wonder though. Even if you had grabbed the wrong one, if it matters.
Give me a hand! Whoa!
Oh crap. And of course, close up on her breast, why not?
We made it.
Yeah, we sure did.
I recognize that horse? Other than the fact that we saw it before.
Oh no. Migs!
They should be
There's
coming.
no way out! What are we gonna do?
We've come too far to let them stop us now. Those things have got to be armed.
It's no use. There's no way we can outmaneuver them. They're gonna shoot us down. We were so close.
Weapon systems on.
Locked on target. I got towed.
You were great, Eva.
Huh?
Thanks.
Hulk 19, this is Control. Stand by for a direct order from the chairman. Hulk 19, return to base immediately. Do you read me? This is a direct order from Comrade Khrushchev. Return to base immediately. Hulk 19, do you copy? Understood. Aborting mission. RTB.
Who was that?
Look! The Migs, they're turning back!
The MiGs.
Woo!
That must have been fun to do that. She's like, fine.
Well done, Snake.
The MiGs disengaged.
Most likely under orders from Khrushchev.
Is this his way of helping us?
Who knows? Maybe he didn't want things to get messier than they already are. Or maybe he just wanted us to owe him one. The important thing is, you made it out alive. As long as Khrushchev is with us, I don't think they'll be coming after you. It should be smooth sailing all the way to Alaska. I'm sending someone out to Galena Base to meet you.
To meet me?
The DCI and the President himself are waiting at Langley. Don't keep them waiting.
Smooth sailing without a door. I doubt it. Yeah. Wonder if I have enough space to do a new file. I do. Sweet. Just in case. Still chooses not to cover herself.
So what are you going to do now? Go back to the KGB?
What do you want me to do?
Did you ever think about coming back to America?
I can't go back. I've left America behind me.
But you saved this country.
I didn't do it alone.
And I still owe you a dinner.
Is that part of your mission too? Or is it an order? Or is it an invitation? Or a proposal? I don't take orders from anyone now.
Oh, come on. That'll take forever to get out.
Open your heart and smile for me. You're not the only one afraid to fall in
They won't like that. Because of the animation, it looks like at first it looked like he was about to eat her, instead of kiss her. Oh, for God's sakes. That must have been very uncomfortable. Well, I guess it would be better than where he usually sleeps.
Scholars tell us that the first spy in history was the snake in the book of Genesis. In that story, it was Eve who was tempted by the snake in the Garden of Eden. But this time around, it was I who tempted the snake and got away with the forbidden fruit of knowledge. Forgive me, snake.
Oh, I see.
Good morning, Snake. I hope you slept well. First of all,
I have to apologize. I wasn't sent by Khrushchev. I'm not a KGB spy, and I never worked for the NSA.
I'm an agent of the People's Republic of China for the General HQ 2nd Department of the People's Liberation Army. It was all a lie. I tricked you. And I'm sorry.
The triumph. Nice.
The philosophers still exist in China, too. You see, my mission was to find out where Volgan was hiding the philosopher's legacy and steal it. So I infiltrated his base as a KGB spy. The 2 NSA codebreakers who defected in 1960 were actually both men. The real Adam never showed up at the meeting place, saving me the trouble of having to eliminate him. I sneaked in by pretending I was Eva. And you and Sokolov and Volgan, you all believed me. The philosopher's legacy was originally held in common between the US, Soviet Union, and China. We couldn't let the Russians and the Americans take it all for themselves. The Chinese government had its eye on the legacy too. I got the film containing the legacy, and also the nuclear missile launch data from the Shagohod. 5 years ago, the Soviet Union stopped supplying us with nuclear weapons technology. Since then, China's Liaodong-Yizheng hydrogen bomb and space rocket projects have fallen behind. But with this data, our country will be able to develop its own nukes. We'll create a deterrent force to rival those of the US and Soviet Union. Everything has gone according to plan, thanks to your help. I too am one of the philosophers. I'm an agent of the philosophers, a graduate of one of their charm schools. I was raised in a joint US-Soviet-Chinese facility to become a sleeper agent. This was before the war. Back then, they were collecting children from all over the world. As a result, I'm indistinguishable from a native-born American. So it didn't surprise me when you and Volgan couldn't tell the difference. But she knew right from the beginning. She knew because before the war, she was at one of the philosopher's schools too, as an instructor. The boss was the only one I couldn't fool. She was the only one who knew I was a fake. She told me everything. Why did she open her heart to me like that? At the time, I couldn't understand it. But now, I think I do. Snake. She wanted you to know the truth. She chose me to tell you. That's why she saved my life. I've lied to you so many times, but not this time. My orders from the government were to obtain the legacy and to eliminate everyone who knew the truth about what happened. In other words, I'm supposed to kill you. But I can't do it. Not because we loved each other. And not because you saved my life. But because I made a promise to the boss. And I intend to keep it. I just wanted you to know. And you have to live.
We've heard that before. Keep living, Snake. That was from the first game. That was pretty awesome.
Snake, listen to me. She didn't betray the United States. No. Far from it. She was a hero who died for her country. She carried out her mission knowing full well what was going to happen. Self-sacrifice. Because that was her duty.
Oh, that's paramedic and all them. Nice.
You are above even the boss. I hereby award you the title of Big Boss. You are a true patriot.
I like how he refrained from like holding his hand for a second. He's like, Oh, and there's our one guy who told us about our weapons. Ooh.
You know, we could use an infiltration unit like Fox in the army. Someone like him to handle our top secret sneaking missions for us. A man who combines the qualities of a soldier and an agent.
The boss's defection was a ruse set up by the US government. It was all a big drama staged by Washington so they could get their hands on the philosopher's legacy. And the boss was the star of the show. They planned it so that they could get the legacy that Colonel Volgin inherited and destroy the Shagohod at the same time. Only a legendary hero like the boss could have earned Volgin's trust. Finding out where the philosopher's legacy was hidden was to be her greatest mission. Everything was going according to plan. But then something happened that no one could have predicted. Colonel Volgin fired an American-made nuclear warhead at Sokolov's research facility. Khrushchev demanded that the US government provide proof that it wasn't involved. They couldn't just abort the operation to steal the legacy. So the operation itself was greatly expanded and revised. The authorities in Washington knew that in order to prove its innocence, they'd have to get rid of the boss, and that one of their own would have to do the job. The public couldn't be allowed to find out about it. Not ever. This, they concluded, would be the best way to keep the whole thing under wraps. The boss wouldn't be allowed to come back home alive, and she wouldn't be allowed to kill herself. Her life would be ended by her most beloved disciple. That was the way the government wanted it. That was the mission she was given, and she had no choice but to carry it out. Her death at your hands was a duty she had to fulfill. Out of duty, she turned her back on her own comrades. A lesser woman would have been crushed by such a burden. The taint of disgrace will follow her to her grave. Future generations will revile her. In America as a despicable traitor with no sense of honor. And in Russia as a monster who unleashed a nuclear catastrophe. She will go down in official history as a war criminal. And no one will ever understand her. That was her final mission. And like a true soldier, she saw it through to the end.
Oh.
But I think she wanted you, of all people, to know the truth. She wanted to live on in your memory. Not as a soldier, but as a woman. But she was forbidden to tell you herself.
It doesn't seem like a wise idea to leave a gun on a grave.
Snake, history will never know what she did. No one will ever learn the truth. Her story, her debriefing, will endure only in your heart. Everything she did for her country. She sacrificed her life and her honor for her native land. She was a real hero. She was a true patriot.
Wow. I wonder if you're supposed to see something there. Wow. He takes part in the development of APR ANET, which way to go online in 1969. Disbands Fox. Foxhound is what we found out in the other two games. Right? Like, no, that was only the first game that it happened. Yeah, the Les Enfants Terribles project was Metal Gear Solid 2. Wasn't it? I don't remember exactly. Phew. No, there is more. I know there is. That's why I'm just sitting here. There it is. Phew. Well, guys, that's Metal Gear Solid 3. So, the interesting thing about Metal Gear Solid, is they did something really strange here. The first 3 games, 1, 2, and 3, are in sequence, technically. But if you actually think about, like, the game's orders was actually explained to me a little bit more in detail by one of my buddies, and he said that technically speaking, if you follow the story the way the game was meant to be read, it feels as though this was supposed to be the first game, and then Metal Gear Solid, like 1 and 2, are kind of like separate projects. Because, like, for example, this game follows the story of Big Boss, right? Like, and how he became who he is, apparently, from what I've heard. But thankfully, I didn't go into this much knowing other than that, I didn't know anything about the game, so it was kind of fun to get to play it like that. Some things that I can easily say about this game is it was definitely worth playing. It was. I know I gave it shit at the end, but no, I mean, it really is a great game for what it's worth. It's just, depending on how you play the game, it can be very, very difficult, you know? Especially if you chose not to grab all the items you were supposed to grab, you know? Anyway, that's not important. What is important is I also need to go over, like, my rating for this game, of course, as always. So, my rating for this game is as followed. Everything about this game is amazing, yes, but let's start with this. So, we will start with gameplay, and how I rate it is on my 1 to 5, you know, thing. Honestly, with this new play style, I would have to give it like a well, I was gonna be harsh, but I think I'm gonna say 3 out of 5 because I was gonna say less than that, but then I thought, well, it really does get you into this whole camouflage thing, right? And that's a thing that I liked but didn't like throughout the game. I don't know why, don't ask. I really don't know why I don't really like it. But if I had to make a guess, I would say that, like, I liked the old way that the game had where you could, like, hide behind things, like walls and stuff. But I do like how they were like, well, since you can't do that, they have to come up with something, you know, for it. So they were like, okay, let's make it where the game has you, hide in plain sight using camouflage. But it's annoying how in some places you couldn't even take advantage of that because of the fact that, like when you're inside the fortress or whatever it was called, you didn't have a costume that like made you camouflage into, you know, concrete, you know? Unless you found one of the items, of course, or whatever. So I don't know, that's kind of thing that kind of took some points off for me. Okay, let's take a branch of this. Let's say controls. Honestly, you know how I feel about the controls. 2 out of 5. It's not their fault. Like, I know that programming a game like this can be kind of difficult, but like it feels like sometimes that like you go to do one thing and you accidentally do another one, and so that's why I'm giving it such a bad rating. But overall, I still love the gameplay of this because like the control scheme of it in a way, because I do love how ever since Metal Gear Solid 2 they added in the first person shooter, you know, aspect, which really makes it a lot easier to play, right? In my opinion, because it makes it a lot easier to aim at someone. Graphics, of course, is 5 out of 5 for PS2 standards. Difficulty, I would have to say 3 out of 5 because it starts out pretty easy, but then it just gets harder and harder and harder, and it doesn't stop. And so I don't think that's a good difficulty curve. I think it should have eased you into it more, but it felt like it didn't really ease me in that much. It seemed like it kind of just said, here's how the game works, and then bam, hits you with everything it's got. And it's like, whoa, calorie mates. I love that. Another thing, the storyline of the game, I mean, 4 out of 5, really, because like there's, like as always, it is explained as long as you take your time to listen to it all, so that's pretty awesome. That site probably not even working anymore because of Mr. Kojima. Probably took it down. Let's see, what else can I go over? Overall, I would say that the game deserves a 3 out of 5 in my opinion. And I know someone's gonna call me out for shitting on the game, and I'm sorry, but you know, it's just my feeling. But still, I enjoyed the hell out of this game, and I'm very glad that I was able to bring it to you guys as well.
Yes, Grozny Grad and the Granin Research Facility have both been wiped out without a trace. I understand, sir, but they were necessary sacrifices. Yes, the CIA has taken care of the boss themselves. I believe the White House will be satisfied. Khrushchev is finished. Your time has finally arrived. Yes, the American president is relying on us to keep a lid on the whole affair. We've got him by the balls. It should make a valuable trump card in future negotiations. Yes, Chief Director, of course. I'll keep the KGB informed.
Well, it doesn't seem like anything else is happening. Should I hit the button?
Yes, it's me. The boss has accomplished her mission. The philosopher's legacy is now safely with us, in America's hands. With this money, yes, the philosophers can finally be revived. The film we handed the Chinese was a fake. Peking must be in an uproar right about now. I'm afraid so. Only half the money has made it back to the United States. The KGB must still have part of the legacy. Yes, the weapon has been reduced to ashes.
What weapon?
That's right. Grozny Grad has been obliterated by the Davy Crockett we brought in as well. Yes, that was the boss's work too. Speaking of which, I've obtained something from Granin that you might find interesting. It's a revolutionary new nuclear attack system. Perhaps it might just come in handy someday.
Ooh.
Yes, we have Snake to thank for that. Khrushchev believed it as well.
John, I love that.
Yes, they bought our story. I don't think they'll be making a fuss. The secondary alert has been lifted as well. And the Soviets still haven't discovered my true identity. They have no idea that I've been triple-crossing them. I will continue my activities as a contact for the new government. Yes, it appears that no one knew that I was Adam.
Huh.
Of course, I'm always at the CIA's disposal, Mr. Director.
There we go. So yeah, I guess that's it. Let's see if there's anything at the beginning, if it comes back. Oh, well, yeah, I've got to do this first. Wow, I got a shark? wonder if that's a good thing or a bad thing. What special item? I ate 109 meals. Holy crap. 27 plants and animals captured. I used 5 life messes, which is probably all there was in the game. I took 58 life bars of damage. I got seriously injured 237 times. I killed 288 people. I got alerted 132 times. I continued 62 times. I saved 27 times. That's the least amount of times I've ever saved in one of these games, I think. I thought I would be in the hundreds on the continues, though. That's kind of funny. Yeah, let's take a look at the rating scale real quick. Now I'd have to do it on the Animal Ranking Guide. Here we go. Let's see what the shark is. He doesn't have it on here. Unless it's by a different name. Three hours of game time. Let's see if we can find another one that shows that. Here, I'll just type it here. It's 3. I think I saw it, but I want to make absolutely sure. There it is. It's number 26. Just get over 300 kills. I didn't kill 300 things, though. Well, except for animals, maybe. But, okay. New item obtained. The Patriot. Camera. Brown face paint. National flags face paint. Tuxedo. Oh, there we go. Desert tiger. Fleck tarn. Yes. Yep, save number 2. Hurry up, I need a pee. I know you guys don't care, but I do. Huh, okay, cool. And let's see if there's anything else. Then I'm gonna go to the restroom, and then I'm probably gonna figure out if I'm gonna record anything else. Nope, looks about the same. Alright. So I guess that's everything, viewers. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I am going to take a nice deserved break, and when I come back, we will see what we're going to tackle next. Till then, everyone, bye.